Hey guys, it is April 14th, no 15th, and this is my 2 years and 4 months on T. Let's see, yeah, 4 months on T. So I'm sorry that I didn't get it out there on the 13th. Tony and I took a road trip. For some of you who know California, we took a friend to San Mateo, which is about 5.5 hours from us, but she lived in Fresno, so we had to stop in Fresno, pick her up. She is under the knife right now, going for her bottom surgery and her top surgery, so it was a big deal. However, she didn't have anybody, and I felt bad, but so anyway, doing that round trip, it ended up being like 11-hour day of me driving, and I only took maybe 45-minute break picking her up and then dropping her off, and we turned around and came back home. So needless to say, yesterday when I woke up, I was swollen. My feet, my legs, my face is still swollen. And what I noticed was going up north was the air was cleaner. And then when we hit probably about an hour and a half, 2 hours out of our area, you could smell the difference in the air. So I'm not sure if that's it or if it's just the springtime or what. But yesterday I know as far as fatigue, it was from the trip, because that's what happens in my feet and stuff. I swell up being in a car after so much time, and anyway, I suffer a day or two afterwards. So needless to say, I did not get this video out until today. So the 13th marked 2 years and 4 months, and I wrote down some changes because, you know, we always talk about hair and just more of, and once in a while we'll say, yeah, more hair on my shoulders or my back and stuff like that. But I've noticed some really interesting changes, which I'm happy for. But there's a but, and I'll explain the but in a minute. So, hair. I'm continually getting thicker wherever the hair has been, like the arms and the legs. I'm filling out now on my arms here in the bald spot. I have hair in my crease of my elbow, and I don't really have any. It's all going towards all the smooth areas. So I'm noticing that I'm not really going to have any smooth areas on my arms. My fingers have always had hair, but what I've noticed now is that they're coming in really black. And in fact, I was washing my hands and I thought this was a piece of dirt on this middle finger here, and I scrubbed. And of course, you know, I have to use glasses to see close up. And what I realized when I went to pull it was my hair. Ouch. But yeah, so as far as my arms and stuff, it is filling in. As you can see, I don't know if you can see out of the shadow, I have a lot of hair on my shoulders and my back. My buttocks is getting hairy. But here's the thing. I've been wearing calf socks, I guess. Well, they're just above the ankle. I don't even know what they're called. They're not clear to the calves yet. And from me wearing socks, it's rubbed my hair off. So I'm kind of like bald down there. It's really weird. It almost looks like a football player who wraps himself in tape or shaves that area because he has to wrap himself in tape. That's what my legs look like. My underarms, and the reason why I'm kind of sharing this stuff too, because just to let people know, let guys out there, females that are watching me for the first time, I was sick for over a year, and the medication side effect was I lost all my body hair. My hair on my head thinned out. I didn't lose all my hair, but I didn't have to shave. Well, I was straggly. I guess my face did still grow, but all my shoulder, my back, my chest, my stomach, legs and arms, they all were bald. So I'm coming back even stronger now. And another thing that's happening is that the top of my head is getting thinner. Now, it did get thin during the medication, and then when I stopped the medication, everything came back, and even my head was getting thicker. But the last couple weeks, when I just do this or I wash my hair, lots of hair comes out. And you know, I said in my earlier videos that I have thick hair. I have a good a head of hair, and I wasn't really worried about it. But you can see how far it's going back. I never did this to see. But anyway, I'm not really worried about it. It is what it is, you know. It's like Tony's response to it was, well, you are an old man. So, anyway, that's about hair. Oh, the texture of my hair. This time coming back for the second time, the first time when it grew out on my legs, it was that, like, real fine, it would, any little breeze, it would just flow, and it got real long, I mean, like this, and I really didn't like it. I mean, it just looked weird to me. And this time growing in, it's not like that. It's more coarse. It's not real coarse yet, but it is more coarse, and it's not waving at every little breeze. So the texture is different. Starting last week, yeah, I think it was last week, my skin has really been oily again, just like in the beginning. You can see it on my pillowcase. I can feel it. It doesn't matter how many times I wash my face. I don't get pimples, but you'll see this little red mark here. I looked at it yesterday, and it had like just a little pus pocket. It didn't hurt or anything, and I pushed it. I don't like to see those things on my face. And man, all the oil just squirted out. It was like, oh my god. But so that's what I've noticed, a much more oily hair. My muscles continue to get I don't know, I guess you could say they're bigger, but they are tighter and stronger. I was telling Tony that I noticed in my chest, you know, I've been just doing a few push-ups, but I'm not doing them like I was. And still, even this pec going underneath my arm here has definition. You can see that, how I'm doing that. That's tight. That's all muscle. Now, I do have a layer of fat, as you can see, because I'm a disabled, bigger guy. And I do what I can as far as activity. And I was looking at myself in the mirror, or in the camera, sorry. But, yeah, my muscles are, and I've talked about my calves, and they are continually feeling rock hard. It's just a matter of sculpting them, getting back in, feeling good enough to put some time and energy into exercising. I'm just 3 times a week. I'm not tripping. I'm telling you guys, don't beat yourself up over on things. Do what you can. Now, my last video, I talked about I've recognized that I've been in a depression. Ever since I've noticed and recognized that I've been in depression, I've been able to deal with things a little bit better. And when I don't feel the energy, or it's a bad day for me, instead of beating myself up over it, I just say, I'll plan it for another day, and I just have to move on. It's hard for me because in my younger days I was very anal retentive, and I have had to learn, especially when I changed my careers back in '97, that things don't always work out the way you intend them to be, and you can't beat yourself up over it. So it's a long lesson in the making for me. I've come a long ways, and I still have a long ways to go, because I still have a little fit once in a while about things not happening, and I have to really just sit back and tell myself, whoa. Now, that doesn't mean you give an excuse for being lazy. It just means you have to accept sometimes a situation that's out of your control. And believe me, if I could change things, I'd be working right now. But anyway, so Another thing that has really happened that I have been forgetting to talk about is smells. Now, I deal with a deviation of the septum. I was supposed to have had surgery, but my doctor checked it just here recently and said it's not cleared. So I haven't really probably smelled things the way a lot of others. Tony has a good sense of smell, and I can't hardly smell anything that she does. But what's changed now is there are certain smells that I pick up on that it's hard for me to tolerate. I mean, it's just like, ugh. And one of them was one of Tony's perfumes that she was wearing, and I asked her, "What are you wearing?" And she looked at me kind of defensively, but yet innocently, and I said, "I don't know what it is, but I just can't handle that smell anymore." So she changed it, and then once in a while when I do laundry, I'll get this woof of something that just, it reminds me of, honestly, it reminds me of older women who, not their perfumes, but just their body odor mixed with their perfumes. And it just kind of drives me insane. So that has changed for me, and it's not all the time. It's just once in a while. So anyway, as far as emotional, what's going on as far as living as Ethan, actually it's just what it is. I take it one day at a time. I still think about my old name and memories of that, but it's always in connection with something in present time that causes me to reflect back then. For example, one of my aunts wrote me. I had emailed her and told her how much I missed her and loved her. And she wrote back and said, I don't understand everything, but I'm happy for you. I think you did the right thing for you, even if other people disagree. And so, number one, I got support from her. And number two, it told me that some of the family is talking now. All that family's on my dad's side, and they all are in Tennessee, except for one of my aunt's 2 kids are still here where I live, because we all grew up here. And that's okay. When she said that, it kind of hurt, but yet, you know what? It's okay. They don't see me. I mean, I wanted to go out and visit them, and Tony said, go. And I had to sit back and think, will I be really uncomfortable? Yes, I'd love to see my aunt. She's in her mid-70s now. But what is my comfort zone? And I thought the trip would be too much anxiety for me. And even though my family loves me and talks to me on Facebook and shares pictures, and a couple of my cousins tell me I look great and da-da-da-da, there are that small amount of people who don't agree with me that know me. And I have another aunt there and uncle. So I'm sure, they probably just talking of the unknown. I don't think they're ridiculing me or talking in a hateful manner, but also probably talking in a godly manner, because some of them, in fact, my aunt that wrote me that email did say that people put God in a box and he's much bigger than that, which is huge for her, because again, I've talked in my videos about religion and how my family's been in a box, and that is huge. So there are Christians out there, guys, that are learning that things are not as so always in a book that they've been forced and told to follow to the T. And to get in a Bible versus Bible fist fighting argument with anybody, I just let it go and leave it in the Creator's hands. Because overall, when you're not forcing the spoon, they'll feed themselves eventually. So anyway, that's what's going on. I'm living every day trying to just get better and better as far as health-wise, and not focusing on what I can't do, but just trying to start focusing on what I can do. More fat has redistributed to my gut. my pants are tight again, and I'm just freaking out over that. That really bothers me because I'm not going up a pant size. But we're working on that. Tony's helping me emotionally with that, and I'm doing all my literature reading of different things, and I'm just, what I've got to do is let everything go and just relax and quit putting my focus on weight. So I'm trying that. That's what's going on with me. You guys take it one day at a time. Always make your journey as simple as possible. Until the next time, guys, bye.